What's up, world? Wake y'all asses up. This is another episode of King of the Berries podcast coming back to y'all. And this episode right here is a special one. Shout out to my boy Kawan and his podcast Untitled Until Further Notice. He is the inspiration behind this topic, which is about inspiration. And the reason I'm doing this topic is, man, he's been just getting started on his podcast journey. And he's already did a reaction video to one of our FMF podcast videos. Shout out to my FMF team. And then also this latest one he just released, he talked about inspiration, and he had mentioned me in his podcast. And the feeling that I got from it is like undescribable, for real. You know what I'm saying? I love that brother. And he kind of detailed our journey about how we met. And I mean, really, like I said, it was an accident. It was just by me going out, putting myself out here, and doing the challenge of going live every single day last year. And I did that challenge, and I highly suggest, before I kind of get back into my topic, I highly suggest any podcaster, if you are on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, I highly suggest going live every day for like a period of time, because the amount of people that you'll attract and the different relationships you might be able to build is really amazing. And that's how I ended up meeting this guy Kawan, and we just kind of really hit it off. We had very similar journeys. I'm a little bit older than him, so the stuff he was going through I kind of already went through, so we kind of connected on that. And it was just dope to meet somebody from a whole different state that never had any dealings with me, didn't know me from a can of paint, and then to build that relationship up from the ground level to where it's at now, where he did a podcast and mentioned me in his podcast as an inspiration. It really brought like a tear to my eye, because the thing I feel like, especially as black men, we don't really seem to show love a lot of times. Like, I feel like we should. And when you show love to somebody and it's genuine, like, you feel it. And vice versa, when you receive love from somebody and you know it's genuine, you can feel it. And it's just like sometimes it's just hard to kind of put into words what that does for you. Because when somebody tells you that, when somebody says, yo, you're an inspiration to me, yo, I watch how you move and I like how you moving out here and things like that, I love you and all of that stuff, man, it keep you pushing, because you don't never know the person that you're telling that to. You don't know what they might be going through. You don't know if they was ready to give up. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if they was ready to like be like, yo, man, it's too much, it's not worth it, I'm just stopping. And for him to do that, man, it was just, it really was amazing. And I definitely love him and appreciate him. And he's one of my inspirations, because the things that he went through, how he overcame it, and the journey that he's on, it's just amazing to like sit back and see like where I knew him from to where he's at now, just in like the span of less than a year that we known each other. And then hearing this story about where he was before and then how he got here, it's just even more amazing, man. So I want to send the love and the inspiration back at him, because he's an inspiration to me. And that got me inspired to do a challenge, which I would talk about at the end of this video, that I want everybody to do. But he inspired me to create this challenge, and then think about like, and do a video about the people that inspired me. And I'm not going to go ramble on too long, but I do want to do like a video about some of the people that inspired me. I can't name everybody, because like I really get inspired by a lot of different people. I get inspired by strangers a lot. You know, I get inspired by strangers a lot. So I want to thank him for putting himself out there and be willing to express himself about how he feels about the people that inspire him. And I just really appreciate it, man. It warmed my heart, man. It brought like a tear to my eye, because really that's what I do it for. I do it to try to help inspire and lead other people, to let them know that things are possible. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve, even though I haven't even got to where I want to go. And that's the crazy part. And that just let me know, like, Paul, you got a lot of work you got to do, and you can't stop because it's people watching you. It's people that need you out here. So, man, Kawan, thank you so much for that, bro. You don't understand like what that really did for me. So I love you for that, and I appreciate you. And you're one of my inspirations as well. And I'm just going to kind of keep it like brief and kind of general. I want to start with it might be cliche or whatever, but it's my family, man. Shout out to my family, my brother who has been through so much for such a young person, health-wise, you know, emotionally, spiritually, all of that stuff, man. For him to go through a lot of things that he went through and to be still standing strong, man. Like, he really one of my biggest inspirations. And that's why I love him so much, man. He getting himself together. He's on the right path, man. He's engaged. He's doing amazing things, and I'm just so proud of him. So I want to thank him, and he's one of my inspirations. Shout out to my sister Jasmine, my youngest sister. Like, she is a big inspiration because she's the one. She like the traveling person. Like, she inspired me because she's so well traveled and goes from place to place. Y'all might hear her come in a second. She about to get ready to go overseas, and y'all make sure y'all send prayers and positive energy to her, because you know a lot of stuff going on right now. But you know, she's the one that not afraid. She the toughest out of probably everybody in the family. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, she don't play no games, man. I just admire her strength, her consistency, and her fortitude to keep pressing through challenges and obstacles that come her way. And she's going like that. She in grad school now. Like, yo, sometimes, like, as I'm talking, I'm like, man, I remember my brother and sister as like little babies, man, holding them. Y'all might have seen them in my pictures on the reels and stuff that I did. But just to see the growth in all of them, it's just amazing, man. And shout out to my sister Courtney Mortney. That's my little baby, man. Yo, Courtney definitely been through some stuff, and she's overcame a lot, and she had a lot of challenges that she had to fight through and battle through and keep working and striving. Graduated from college, got her my little nephew King Mel. What's up, King Mel? How you doing? Uncle miss you. It's just like, I'm just so proud of her, man. She doing her thing, man. She's in the financial industry as well. So her getting into that, so me and her sit down and we talk about stuff as well. So I'm just so proud of her and how far she came and all of that great stuff. So my siblings are definitely big inspirations, and I want to try to be the best role model I can for them as being the oldest, to give them something that they could strive for and eclipse, do even better than me, and try to drop as much knowledge and gems as I can. So definitely want to shout out my siblings. I want to shout out my parents, man. Shout out my parents. All right, I gotta remember to keep this short. My mom is like my support system. My mom is the one that, even though she's very tough, she's also caring and sweet at the same time, and always got my back whenever I need her. She supports me, she encourages me, and she also light that fire underneath me too. Like, my moms always know what to do to kind of get you going. So my mom might say a little slick comment or whatever, and I don't know if she mean it or not, but it give me like, okay, all right, I'm about to get this done now. You know what I'm saying? I think she be doing it on purpose, but it's like she know what to say to kind of get me kick started again. And then she also knows how to pass down that wisdom. Like, really, my financial acumen or my thoughts to get into the financial industry is based upon my mom, because my mom is in the financial industry. She always taught me about budgeting, being careful with my credit, saving money, being financially responsible. Have I always did all that stuff? No. I haven't always done it. You know what I'm saying? I might be the finance guy, but I learned through trial and error. I put myself in bad situations and found a way to climb myself out of it. Then might put myself in bad situations again and climb myself out of it again. But my mom always gave me the heads up, whether I did it or whether I listened to her or not. She always gave me the heads up, and she just always been there for me. Like, she always been there. Sometimes she don't even gotta say nothing. It's just her presence of just being around me just puts me at ease and makes me comfortable. So definitely shout out to my mom for being an amazing inspiration to me. And then shout out to my dad. I would probably say my dad probably is my biggest inspiration. The fact of me being an entrepreneur, me being a people person, I would say, and being like kind of outgoing, because really I'm an introvert. I'd rather stay at home 90% of the time, but at 10% when I go out, I'm gonna be extroverted. I'm gonna be very extroverted when I go out, but for the most part, I'm an introvert. But that extroverted side of me comes from my dad. And my dad, man, even though we didn't talk a lot while I was younger, he always looked out for me. You know, he was always at my games when I needed him to be at my games, pick me up, all of that stuff. He always showed support. And my dad was the type, he'd just, whatever I wanted to do, he'd be like, yo, go do it. Just go do it. I went vegetarian. I remember coming back from my uncle's funeral, I went vegetarian in January 2018. Actually, January 23rd was my first day of being vegetarian. And then, of course, I kind of still dabble every blue moon in the outside of my vegetarian diet, because I gotta watch what I say, because y'all try to pause me a lot. I had to catch myself. But going outside my vegetarian diet every once in a while. But my dad, I was telling my dad, like, yeah, you know, I just stopped eating pork for like a couple of months. I'm gonna start weaning myself off the other proteins. And he was like, why you waiting? Just do it. I was like, well, you know, I gotta get, you know, I gotta adjust my body. He was like, yo, you gonna do it at some point. Why not just do it? And I was like, you know what? You're right. Why don't I just do it? So I ate as much food as I could. I had like some Burger King burgers. I had Popeye chicken. I ate so much. I really didn't eat for another day and a half because I was just so full. But he was the inspiration on that, because he was just like, yo, go do it. And that's how my dad always been. He was like, yo, if you want to do something, just go do it. Like, what's stopping you? You have no excuse. You don't have anything stopping you. Just go out here and do it, man. You only get one life, one try. You got to live it up to the best of your experience on this earth. And that's why he inspires me, because not only does he tell me that, but I've seen him act. Like, my dad had multiple businesses. You know what I'm saying? My dad still has his own schedule and everything now. And he just been like a major inspiration to me, not just in that area, but then also as a man, learn how to own up to some of your mistakes and keep pushing through and keep fighting for the things that you believe in and what you feel like is important. So for that, man, he's been a major inspiration to me. I want to shout out to all of my friends, yo, like all of my friends, man. Just I'm not even going. I was going to name some specific ones, but it's so many that I'm gonna name a couple because I feel like they definitely deserve it. Shout out to my boy Ken. Shout out to my boy Mike Lee. Shout out to my boy Mike. Shout out to Trey, Kawan, Keys, Bleach, Moon, Trey. Shout out, and there's plenty other more. It's plenty more. There's plenty more. So like, if I left you out, don't feel offended. Shout out my man Utley, man. Shout out my mentor Mike and Kenny. I'm gonna dabble on them three in a little bit. But yeah, man, shout out to all my friends, man, the people that constantly showed me support. Clea, all of y'all add something special to my life that I need and that I've needed. Whether it be, you know, somebody that I know 100 grand got my back if stuff go down, whether somebody I need to talk to kind of just to kind of vent a little bit, whether it's you know, exchanging information, financial information, spiritual information, emotional information. Dree, what's up, Dree? All of that stuff, man. Everybody adds something special that I I really hold near and dear to me. And I just appreciate me being a part of y'all journey and y'all being a part of my journey. My boy GB64, what's up? Just thank y'all, like, for through all the tough times. And I know I'm not the best communicator. I'm not the best at calling people and checking up on people. I'm not the best at responding to texts in a timely manner all the time. But I've tried my best. It's a lot going on, and I'm working. That's something I'm still working on and working towards becoming better at, because I appreciate every single one of y'all, and I don't want anybody to ever feel like I don't care about them, I don't love them. Oh man, my best friend Deidre, shout out Dee Dee, man, love you Dee Dee. I just, it's a lot of stuff going on, so always staying organized and staying on track is something that I'm continuing to work on, as far as reaching out and showing love to all of my peoples that show love and support me. So I definitely want to thank y'all for everything, and y'all all inspire me in y'all own special way as well. So shout out to each and every single one of y'all. And then I want to shout out my 3 mentors, man. Shout out my man Kenny, who's my financial mentor, spiritual mentor, and more like a big brother to me. Shout out to my man Kenny. Shout out to my man Mike, who is like my mindset mentor. And then shout out to my man Utley, who's like my African studies / spiritual mentor as well. All 3 of them are like guides for me, far as life, business, finances, all of those areas. They give me information and then let me do with it what I will with it. They don't tell me what to do. They don't try to coax me into anything. They just share the information and let me do my thing with it, and let me do what I need to do to better my journey. So I want to definitely give a shout out to all of them as well. All right, so with that being said, man, that kind of concludes all the inspirations that I have, man. I want to give a special shout out and love to all the people that I named and all the people that I didn't name, man. It's plenty more that really inspire me and that, keep me motivated, keep me encouraged, keep me lifted up. I got other family, cousins, grandmothers, uncles, people that passed on, that I could just talk about it all day. But I just wanted to kind of make it as short to the point as possible, but give some recognition to some of the people that really inspire me to keep doing what I'm doing and motivate me. So with that being said, I'm getting ready to wrap this podcast episode up. But before I wrap it up, I want to let y'all know that, I alluded to it at the beginning of the podcast, my man Kawan, he inspired me to do something. And that something is, I want to create a challenge. And it's called the hashtag Who Inspires You Challenge. And basically what I want y'all to do is go on your social medias, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever you use. And I want you to just do an inspirational video dedicated to the person that inspires you. And you can make it 30 seconds, a minute, if you want to do like a reel or, a brief video, or you can make it as long as you want to. But just go out here and let people know that you're inspired by them. It's nothing wrong with that, and you never know how that might encourage them to keep going forward and keep moving on with the things that they're doing, and feel that love that you have for them and that you want to share with them. Because that's how it made me feel when Kawan did that podcast about me and really shouted me out. So I definitely appreciate him for that, and that's what gave me the idea to do this hashtag Who Inspires You. Let's make this thing go viral, and what I want you to do is, like I said, just do a video talking about the person who inspires you and why they inspired you, and put their information in on the description. Also, I want you to follow or tag all of my pages. So I want you to tag my King of the Berries podcast page. I want you to tag my personal page, Fresh Air One, and I want you to tag my Rebuilding Men's support page, Rebuilding Men's support group page. And then also, most importantly, I want you to tag my man Kawan's page on there as well, because he's the founder of this movement. I'm getting the message out, but he's the one that really inspired me to make this happen. So y'all make sure y'all tag him. And then lastly, put the hashtag who inspires you, and you put all that stuff in your description. We'll be able to get the notifications. We can tap in, add comments, all that great stuff, man. And also, if you could put in your story and you tag us in the story as well, we'll repost it as well. So, yeah, man, I'm excited about what this challenge could bring, and I'm just excited about everybody spreading the love and motivating and encouraging each other and keeping everybody uplifted. So, like I said, man, I'm gonna get ready to conclude this podcast, man. Thank y'all for all of your inspiration. The fans, man, not even fans, family. Y'all support me. Y'all don't know how much of an inspiration y'all are to me, keeping me uplifted, keeping me going. I definitely appreciate that. So with that being said, this concludes this episode of King of the Berries podcast. Make sure y'all tap in with the challenge. I'll have the information down in the description below. But look, man, y'all tap in with the challenge, all right? Y'all take care. Peace.